We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are, mysterious. That's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should.
Can you guys hear that? I love it up here. Nature. Actually, check this out. Did you guys hear that? Look at the deer. Deer's just hanging out right there. Anyways, guys, good morning. It is the week of 4th of July, and we're up at Lost Lake Woods Club. Now, if you've watched this channel before, you've probably seen a few videos up here in the past. But Lost Lake Woods Club is this old hunt club that's a property that's just south of Alpena, Michigan, which is like the northeast portion of the lower peninsula of Michigan. Look at this deer. Just hanging out right here. Not even moving. Not even moving. Anyways, look at, hi. I'm on a wide angle lens. I'm really close to this deer. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. That's wild. That deer has obviously never been fearful of being shot before. Anyways, I'm up here in Lost Lake Woods Club, and this is my favorite things because Lost Lake is just this beautiful property. It's kind of a hidden little gem. It's on a poorer side of the state of Michigan. I hate to say it like that, but it's kind of the west side of the lower side of lower peninsula is, a lot of money and stuff like that from Chicago, and it's a little bit more, I guess, fancy, if you will. Whereas this side is kind of a little bit still more, I call it God's country. It's a little bit more rough still, but it's perfect. It's awesome. Anyways, we're up here. And I wanted to make an opportunity, or I wanted to make a focus change and try to change the kind of content that I have and do a bit more of this. But I still want to keep it focused around some topics and stuff you guys might be interested in. So I got up at 6:40 in the morning. I missed sunrise because it's July here in northern Michigan. The sun gets up super early and it stays out super late. So if you want to catch sunrise this time, you got to be out here like 5 in the morning, which is crazy. Not that early, but you have to be up at like 5. So I'm walking down to a lake called Badger Lake. It is the most common lake. It's the one that's right behind the clubhouse. It's the one a lot of people swim in. The beach is on the other side of it. But I'm walking down the nature trail. Another deer. Can you guys see that? Another deer just ran out. Anyways, I'm walking down this nature trail, which takes you to the back side of Badger Lake. I'm hoping to just get a picture back there, because it's going to be hopefully beautiful, and take a picture of some things to see along the way. So I'm going to get out my Sony with a 70 to 180 Tamron on it and get ready to take some pictures. The problem with this nature trail in the past is that if it rains, it gets super flooded. And I'm just wearing regular tennis shoes right now, so I'm unprepared. If it's sunny and warm out at this time of year, there's a ton of horseflies and they will eat you alive. But it's kind of cool this morning. I don't think it's rained a ton up here lately, at least not in the last week. So I'm going for it, and I have to hurry up and get back, because the reason why I'm up here right now is my family comes up. We do 4th of July stuff. We do golfing and fireworks and all that kind of stuff. But today, starting this morning, is my son's golf camp. And so I have to get him dressed and drop him off. They do like this 3-day junior golf thing where they do like putting, chipping, driving. They learn etiquette of the game, that kind of stuff. And the last 2 days, they do a little tournament. And depending on your age and skill level, it depends what course you play and how many holes and that kind of stuff. But my son, he won it last year, which is awesome. And he got second place his first year. And I think he's hoping to try and win it again this year. And then he'll get advanced up to the big course for the years after that. But just look at this, guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. And there's so many things I could take pictures of, but I have so much limited time. Let me talk to you, let me take a few pictures and let me talk to you guys about the topic that this video is about. One of the problems with this trail back here, whoa, God, that scared the crap. Huge bird, I swear that wasn't planned. I don't know what that bird was doing hanging out there. That thing was huge though. Anyways, as I was trying to say, one of the problems with this trail is that the first part of it is just like basically a path to the middle of the woods. There's not a lot of light. There's not a lot of things. It's just all green right now. The bird migration has largely already happened. So there's not a ton of birds out here. And there's a ton of mosquitoes. You kind of just have to plow through the first part of this and not get too muddy. Look, you can see animal tracks right here from the deer and that kind of stuff walking through. But it's beautiful. Anyways, okay, to the point of the story. You know, for the last, I don't know how many years I've had this YouTube channel going, I've been making videos. And it's all been gear related. And I'll be honest with you, part of it is you guys realize, or I realize, two things. One about myself and one about the audience. Let's talk about the audience for a second. This is not to insult you guys, because certainly I don't mean it to be that way. But gear is one of those things that is free of criticism of yourself. It requires very little skill or effort. Anybody can go buy a camera, even if you don't have any money. Wow, look at the backlight there. Even if you don't have any money, you can just put on a credit card, go buy some gear or whatever, and then go take some pictures. Say your pictures, they suck, you don't like them, you can blame the gear, right? Oh, this is very pretty, look at this. But it's easy to sit there in consumerism and just say, oh, if I had this new sensor or I had this lens, it'd make me so much better at this and that. And it doesn't require you to actually learn something that's work, right? Like photography can be work. You have to get up early, you have to hike the trails, get your feet all wet like I'm doing now, all that kind of stuff. And it takes effort of knowing how to use maybe filters. You have to sit down, you have to edit, you have to print it, frame it. But gear doesn't take really any effort. It's like Christmas, you get to open a box and you get to, hope that it makes you a better photographer. And then when you don't like it or you have buyer's remorse, you just return it or you sell it or you criticize it. I realize that because I've been through it. That was me. And I make content around that for sure. But at the same time, as somebody like myself that creates these types of videos on YouTube, I had to switch hands, sorry. That creates these types of videos on YouTube. I was interested in those types of things and giving my feedback on stuff because that's what I was looking for on YouTube. So I started making it. But then as I got into it, I realized it's so much easier to make this kind of content. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to get up early. I don't have to have any technical knowledge, right? It's kind of a low barrier to entry. And the thing is, I do shoot photos. I do go out and shoot photos. I do take photos. I do have some knowledge, share with you guys. But with my kids and that kind of stuff, it's hard to get up. Hockey schedule, work. This is a rarity. And this channel wouldn't exist. This is all I did. But this is all I really want to do. But I keep making it because I know the search algorithm is going to bring somebody to the latest, newest camera. I almost always include camera titles in my video titles because it brings people in. If I titled this video like, here's what I love to do, something obscure, no one's gonna click that crap. But if I put ZV-1 Mark II vlogging test in the woods, you're gonna click it. because gear is the lowest barrier to entry. Requires no skill, requires no criticism whatsoever. And I know that, but gear's fun too. I like testing new stuff. I like holding new camera bodies, trying new lenses. I love all that. But I know that if I make these types of videos, most people will come watch. Even if it's not you today, somebody new will come because of the search algorithm. And I can make these videos all the time at home with little effort. I can just fart around with the camera at home, take pictures of my kids. And that really is, for me, the value of some of this stuff. It's documenting my life. And I can make a video on it. I don't have to get up early or do any of this crap. I've already missed the sunrise that would make this picture I'm about to take any good. I might not even show it in this video because it might suck. It's so bright out already. You know? Like, is the video ruined because of that? I don't know. But I find myself often watching YouTube, vegging out, watching camera stuff, and then eventually get to a point where you're like, oh man, maybe I should get the Fuji GFX. James pops this. Maybe I should do that. Maybe Jared Poland's right. Maybe I need a 500 millimeter blah, blah, blah on the latest Canon R3. I'm joking, of course, but it gets in people's heads. I can buy it, have buyer's remorse, sell it, return it, take a few pictures, realize it's not much better than the Micro Four Thirds camera I had 10 years ago, and start the cycle over again. So my question, I guess, is how do I make this type of content? Maybe not this video, because this might be a bit of a rambling, as I'm out and about though, if I have such a busy life and I live in a city or a suburb. That's the hard part. Making content like this is much more difficult. But I just want to open up my mind a little bit to you guys and show you what I'm talking about. Express my mindset when it comes to this channel and how the content I make. As I go through this walk, they put these random benches. Weird spot to sit. Anyways, I'm gonna take some few pictures. I'll come back to you guys in just a second here. One of the best things is that these plants, especially come like August, they start to produce blackberries and raspberries. And if you come pick out the raspberries when they're ripe, they are so good. Also, we've had a bunch of bear sightings out here lately, a lot of black bear sightings. I don't know what's going on with that, more than usual. Maybe there's more cameras out, more like ring cameras on people's cabins, cottages, that allows us to capture that. But been a lot of bear sightings lately. And I know the bears used to hang out by the blackberry bushes back further in the woods. So that's why I tied these two stories together. But a lot of black bear sightings lately being posted on like the community Facebook page, which is super interesting. All right, we've reached the opening. And as you can see from this, the sun is already super harsh and bright. This picture is going to be absolutely not what I expected it to. When you get out here early enough, it's got this really nice low glow. It's beautiful. You get a lot of birds, loons and swans and that kind of stuff. And you get a really cool picture. In fact, you guys probably can't see it, but over here, a bunch of the birds are geese and not geese, the swans and the loons are floating around over there. I'd love to get a picture of them. I just don't have time to walk around the entire lake. I gotta get my son to golf camp. Dang it. Maybe I'll go just a little bit further. See if I can get a picture of them. Because the big open wide landscape picture I had in mind is probably not gonna happen. We'll push through. We'll get up there. All right, I did walk down to see the birds, and unfortunately, they took off around from the lake. I only have a 7180 on here. But as you guys know, with this A7R5, you can crop a lot, so I'm hoping I can crop and make a decent picture out of it. If that happened, I'll put the picture up right now. But right over my shoulder here, these branches, there's like a reflection on the water. Thinking black and white, switch to 24 and 50 with the polarizer on there. Maybe make a little artsy photo. So we're gonna try that. Let's see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Kind of see right here. If I zoom in, I don't know. Might work, might not. We're gonna give it a try. You can tell there's some kind of attack here last night, or in a recent night. There's feathers all over the place. Right here. Big pile of them. Probably coyote or fox or something. Anyways, guys, you know what? This video's been a little rambly because I'm just doing it off the cuff. There's no scripting here. I'm not doing multiple takes. I'm on limited time. But I enjoy gear just like the rest of us. I think gear's a great thing. It's a lot of fun. I like technology. It's how I got into it. It's awesome. But at the same time, it's also the lowest barrier to entry. Like I said earlier, you just have to buy something and then use it for a little bit. And someone like me who's using it for casual stuff, like taking pictures of your kids or documenting a vacation, that's a use case, and it definitely is important. But certainly it's not professional use. I'm not taking pictures of sports or wildlife or going on crazy adventures like Thomas Heaton. I don't have the money or time to do that with my kids, my family. And if I wanted to go hard at that, I'd have to like have a big savings fund for a while to try to make it happen. I really put a ton of effort into it. And I'd love that. But at the same time, I'd have to give up time for my kids and my wife, and that's just more important to me. And the gear stuff's easy. And I think a lot of you guys are probably the same. It's easy to click on a YouTube video. The barrier to entry there is low, right? How many times can you guys watch a video on, this is how I use my neutral density filter. This is why polarizers matter. You know, this is the most important shutter speed. There's a million videos out there, and people come to watch YouTube for a couple reasons. One is to learn something. Two, it's entertainment. Three, is consumerism or purchase bias or purchase information. It's really kind of it, right? And so you really have to kind of stay in those three realms to be consistent, unless you're the type of person who has the money, time, and means to do the kind of stuff that a Thomas Heaton or a Ben Horn, if you're into photography, or a Peter McKinnon, like all these guys, right? That's what they do. That's their main job. For people like me, that's not really possible. And so it's trips like this that I get to do stuff like this once in a while. This is what I really want to do. You know, I'm going up to the UP in a month from now. I'll do something similar again. Maybe I'll take you guys around the rest of Lost Lake and show you Bear Lake. And Bear Lake's another lake that's on the property. And show you some other things about this property. Maybe that'll be interesting for you guys. But I can't do this. This is like a vacation. And that's why I continue to make gear videos. And I would love to stop, or at least reduce the amount of gear videos that I make. I have a feeling you guys watch for a similar reason. Buying cameras is easy. It really is. Might be a big decision. Yes, it's expensive. But the actual act of it is easy. Going out and actually using the camera, a lot more effort required. Making content like this, probably a lot less interesting, because you guys have to buy into me, not the camera. And I bet you this video gets very, very few likes because of it. That's my point. With that said, guys, I'm gonna head back, get my son off the golf camp, and I'll probably make more videos throughout the week because I enjoy doing this stuff. Also, this is recorded on the ZV-1 Mark II. Less than auto settings, auto exposure. Put it at 1.8 aperture priority. Let the camera figure it out. Neutral density filters on auto. Just do what it wants. But I needed a camera like this to make this kind of content, in my opinion. So we'll talk about that in the next video. More gear. But I'm actually using it. All right, see you guys in the next one. Bye.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search for